Just do it. Man, it's hard enough just getting a potential customer at the front door of your website, let alone converting them into a paying customer. Well, I'm Ben with Dimension Software, a Santa Monica-based software engineer and design firm, and I'm here today to help give you a simple, effective strategy to best optimize your Shopify store to a professional level. Hit it. You may be wondering where to start with the massive information out there on the inner weasel on how to best optimize your Shopify store. Some are decent, some not so decent, and we understand that can be quite overwhelming. So we've put together a list for a foundation for you to lay down with your Shopify store to help attract, hold, and convert customers into loyal customers. And a lot of it is a lot easier than you think. I'd like you to first think about your e-commerce store as if it were a traditional brick and mortar. If you had little to no experience, would you build everything yourself or have a contract company come in and build it effectively and efficiently so that you could focus on what's really important? Your business. It's no different in software. So if you're going to be offering products online, I'd say first run through this checklist before going all in and any further. The first question I'd ask yourself before moving forward would be, are you a digital designer or have any design background? This would include graphic design, logo design, product design, UX, user experience, a bit more cognitive side of the brain, or UI, the user interface design, which is how a customer or potential customer interacts with your website through the design. Number 2, are you a software engineer? Are you proficient in Liquid, which is Shopify's programming language? Are you able to customize your store, add third-party apps, or update the site's features on your own? This is imperative to being able to continually support your community of customers. And number 3, are you a copywriter? Are you able to write product descriptions, company taglines, or the About Us section on a website, for instance? Being able to have a fine balance is a tremendous skill to have for not only juicy SEO, but that it's unique and digestible for your customers, that they'll want to keep continually scrolling the page to eventually convert them into a paying customer. If you're one of these things, great. You're the visionary of your business, and the more you can directly contribute, the better. But if not, here is a guide to help you hire a rock star team to being able to design and engineer your e-commerce store for success. Number 1 thing I would look at is your product excellent? That is the key to any bit of advice you'll ever get to being successful. If your product works well and is sensible to your consumer base, there's no reason you shouldn't be successful. Number 2, I would think about is having a concise story of your brand through the following. Design at the minimum, from a cost-effective standpoint, should consist of a simple style guide. And this style guide would include a color palette that represents the feeling your company wants to represent and project, a well-designed logo, a tagline, the typography, and essentially a document that represents the parameters to which your brand is going to operate within. Knowing who your end customer is and how they want to be sold is critical for market differentiation from your competitors. A style guide will help you understand that and will help you set you apart from the rest of the competitors in the space. Having an organized brand is also how creative companies are able to produce content quickly and efficiently due to having a structure. The next type of design would be the UX UI. UX designer's goal is to create the best all-around experience for your customer base, focusing primarily on premises like how will they feel when they navigate your website? How easy is it to find a product? Is the checkout process easy? So essentially, from the process of landing to converting, their job is to see and make sure that your customers feel that it's buttery smooth and frictionless. The other side of the coin is the UI designers, and their goal is to take a brand structure, implement it alongside the UX design, and produce digital elements like the call to actions, the layout, the icons, the spacing, the typography, where it goes, the color palette, responsive animations, and motion graphics. These are all things the UI designer must take into consideration alongside the UX's cognitive side of the design and create your website. Implementing the design efficiently into your Shopify store, into code, isn't always as easy as it looks. When you land on certain sites, you're like, ooh, this is nice. And it just makes everything from there relaxed, easy. You want to keep navigating versus when you land on a site, like I said earlier, things are disorganized. There's no congruity. There's friction, if you will. You can't necessarily put your nose on it, but it's there and it creates an environment not ideal for your potential customer to be converted, or it could annoy certain customers that you already have and drive them away. A tight-knit, effective team knows that not all design translates into code perfectly, so having that fast-acting support from the designers alongside the engineers is critical in keeping the project flow moving in a positive way. The engineering team now must take the assets that the design team produced and now bring them to life via code. Some things an expert-level software engineer are going to think about how to code for optimization, meaning fewer lines of code, custom touch and feel by utilizing the designer's direction and documentation via the style guide, and security and overall performance for your customer base so that they know when they check out or create an account that their information is going to be secure with you because you've taken the time to invest into that portion of your website. And finally, having great copy is the fuel to your website's engine, search engine that is, to gaining organic momentum, utilizing precise keywords, engaging and compelling copy for your audience, and written in a unique way for your website. And just a side note, there is such thing as good and bad SEO. So make sure that whoever you're hiring to bring on has a great copywriter and really knows what they're doing and maybe even has experience in your industry. So I would say the recipe for success in today's ecosystem, which is one of a short attention span, it's very visual and a creative one as well, means that creative brevity wins. Straight to the point, buttery smooth, and easy to digest. So if you're either balling on a budget and only can hire a couple of freelancers to build your website out initially, go ahead and do it. There's plenty of great websites such as Behance, or you can even peruse LinkedIn and find a few copywriters and engineers that have Shopify experience. It's a great plan. Get a few quotes, compare and contrast. Now that you have a plan of action in place and what to look for, you can get a better understanding of what they're bringing to the table. Or if you have a solid budget and need to hire a professional team, do similarly. Now that you have this plan of action, get case studies that they've done, a capabilities deck, jump on a 15 to 20 minute call with the team leaders and just see if it's a good fit. Maybe if it's a team you'd want to go get a tea, coffee, or even a beer with one day, may sound like a good place to start. Here at Dimension Software, we get a lot of business through client referrals. So asking colleagues, friends, or family who they've used is another great tactic. So to recap, the foundation to best optimize your Shopify store is one with great design that's well thought out, both visually and cognitively. You have solid engineering, your website is secure, it's updated, it's buttery smooth, and it's got the custom touch and feel that you're looking for. And it's got great copy that engages your customer base, that the search engines SEO is going to just eat up. It's juicy and it makes sense and it's digestible. And from there, now that the foundation is set up any micro or macro marketing campaigns or third-party apps will hugely benefit and have a more chance to succeed off of this solid foundation you've just laid. That's the foundation that will set your website up for success in 2020. So feel free to ask any questions, or if you have any topics you'd like us to cover in the comment section below. Drop us a thumbs up if you found anything I just bumbled on about useful, and gently click that subscribe button. And I'm Ben. We're Command Q here at Dimension Software, your software learning channel.